Now we're going to look at a challenge a lot of parents are facing. It's called parent shaming. Moms and dads judged for everything from letting their kids eat fast food to using technology too much. Our Paula Ferris has been on the receiving end of that, and she brings us this report.
Recently on The View, I innocently revealed that my 8-year-old daughter has an iPad.
My daughter is texting a little bit. She's 8, but she only texts people that I approve of.
And set off a social media debate. One woman tweeting, "Why does your daughter need a cell phone?" My response, she has an iPad that she bought with her own money that we monitor 24/7. I'll parent my kids, you parent yours. That exchange is a reminder of just how much we as parents are under the microscope, and I'm hardly alone. Ryan Reynolds publicly criticized for how he wore his baby carrier. Alicia Silverstone condemned for posting a video of herself feeding her baby food that she had pre-chewed. More examples of parent shaming, the act of criticizing parents, even calling authorities for actions that meant and caused no real harm. For Connecticut mom Patty Laveaux, the call from a stranger to authorities about her children proved traumatic. Home alone with her kids, she was still in her pajamas when she chose not to respond to a delivery man's doorbell ring.
Like, okay, well, I'm gonna see if he leaves his package. And I went to the bathroom. 5 minutes later, 3 cars showed up.
Patty notes her children had been watching TV, but the delivery man, assuming something was wrong, called police.
I was mortified. I thought I was gonna get arrested.
Nationally, calls to authorities about kids are on the rise. According to Child Protective Services data, calls to report possible cases of child abuse are up to 3.5 million a year. That's an increase of nearly 12% since 2009. But the cases of actual abuse are down 4% to 679,000, meaning the overwhelming majority of calls placed to CPS are without merit. The new issue of Parents Magazine addresses the growing scrutiny of moms.
Do you think social media is really fueling this parent-shaming phenomenon?
I think social media has kind of amplified its effects. One of our experts called it a mob mentality.
It's not so much, I'm doing this to help you, as I'm doing this to really attack you.
Or to feel better about myself, right?
Sociologist Christine Carter says some good can come from a heightened awareness of parents, but warns shaming is not the way to go.
These are things that lead to our own feelings of temporary superiority, but that are not behaviors that are helpful to society at all.
Patty says she's still recovering from the morning police were called to her house. Seeing that her children were safe, the police left, but the situations made her uneasy.
People shouldn't be looking for if something was wrong. They should just mind their own business.
For Good Morning America, Paula Ferris, ABC News, New York.
Thanks to Paula for that. Let's talk to our friend Erica Suter now from Mom.me. A couple different things going on here. On the one hand, on social media, we saw the Parents Magazine are talking about a mob mentality. We know that's out there.
Right. Well, we know that, parents often do this, or people often parent shame because it does make them feel superior. But one of the reasons it's such an epidemic is because it's so easy to do now. All you have to do is open up your computer. You no longer have to confront the person or confront people in your community. You can think of something really nasty to say, type it, and boom, it's out there in the universe. It used to be when you confronted someone, that took a lot of nerve. Now you can just attack, and there aren't really those consequences.
And even be anonymous. That's very different, though, from actually going to authorities and turning someone in. I was shocked by those numbers there.
Well, sometimes people are a little unsure of whether they should turn someone in. And there's some situations where you should. And so there are things that you can ask yourself. Number one, is a child being physically abused? Are there signs that they are experiencing serious harm to their body? Number two, are there signs of sexual abuse? If you're unsure what those are, go ask a school guidance counselor or your pediatrician, or go to web sources like the RAIN organization. And number three, are there signs of neglect? Is this child always hungry? Do they not have enough clean clothes? Are they left alone constantly in unsafe situations?
But clearly, if you're walking in a park and you see a mom or a dad hitting a kid, you call the police?
Well, it depends. Are they swatting them, a light spanking, which is allowed? Parents are allowed to spank their children, or is the child being harmed? Are they leaving marks? Are they leaving bruises? This is child in a lot of pain. So those are things you have to take into consideration when you see a situation like that.
And what are some of the positive things we can do in these situations?
Yeah. Well, think about, a lot of moms tell us they wish that people would think about how they would feel if someone were to write a nasty thing online or to call the police for an unwarranted situation. And number two, acknowledge the fact that no one's a perfect parent and people make mistakes, and it can happen to you too. And number three, if you're going to go online and you're going to rip apart some mom for something that seems very innocuous or silly, I like to fall back to what my mom and my grandmother told me. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Amen to that. Erica Sitter.